I had a wet dream. Hello, my little milk machines. Please kindly look at this calendar. It says November, and I went from all the way here to here. And then it happened, the terrible, terrible thing. I have spent an entire month not touching my but then some bitch in my dream decided to do it for me. But I did research. And from my knowledge, I found this Reddit post, which says that if I nut in my dream, I don't fail. So I'm off the hook! Yippee! Oh, by the way, here's a replica of my cock. Please censor all this, but trust me guys, it's this big, I promise. Unfortunately, this video is going to be a very different type of video. We're going to be learning not how to stuff stuff up our butt, but how to deal with the most traumatic time in a femboy's life cycle. So we're going to be talking about twink death. Now, if you're sharp-eyed, you've probably noticed I'm not wearing any underwear. Also, I am maybe potentially considered a twink. But this term doesn't even matter. You don't even have to be a twink to experience twink death. So we're going to be talking about what does this mean? What does this mean for a femboy, and why do we all hate it so much? Why do we fear this thing? This thing that doesn't even exist. So I've somewhat touched upon this topic in other videos, but I have not touched myself because it is November. For we have discussed intense topics like the femboy form. Like these thighs I got. Aren't they squishy? Yeah? Oh yeah, you are! And how to do things like please the femboy gods with your fantastic riding technique. Mine's a work in progress. Oh, my chair's spinning. How's this happening? But does all this last forever? No, it doesn't. It doesn't last forever. Within the femboy community, twink death is very much like saying Voldemort at Hogwarts. No one wants to hear it because no one wants to think about problems. But what happens if it wasn't a problem? Maybe this is just a misunderstood thing. Like the menopause. So twink death, from my understanding, basically it's the point in my life where I get too old to be able to pull off this look. I just deafened myself on Discord! Now there are several factors that come into play when we talk about something like twink death. Basically all that is your body changes as you grow up. Doesn't feel like I need to, specify that. I feel like that's pretty common knowledge. But some people obsess over this whole thing of twink death, and it's kind of scary. Mainly because I used to be the same, and it used to really upset me. As a femboy, my appearance is kind of like the whole driving factor of this entire, rodeo. Blah, 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 blah. This whole rodeo that I'm doing right now, it's all, appearance driven. I have never been okay with my general appearance. I don't know if I've ever really talked about it anywhere else, but I have got body dysmorphia to the fucking brim. I've had an experience and multiple others on things like Grindr, which, big ups to this I Hate Grindr video, because I can't emphasize enough how shitty that app is. Where I've been ditched on, I think some guy told me it would have been better if I had a bag over my head. That was great. Point being, I have never been happy with my face. And it's occurred to me that there's a lot of this same sort of behavior seen in the femboy community. That behavior being people being very unhappy with their body. That's why I'm so comfortable with my thighs. I'm happy down here, but up here, why do you think we wear the mask? That's right, brand image. Now this has genuinely affected me and my personal relationship to quite a significant degree. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to use this video as a means to vent, because that's just boring. But no matter what comments I get on certain videos, or what my ex-partner used to say, it never really made me feel attractive, which is very strange. At least I think it's very strange. I don't know, is it very strange, or do other people feel the same, And perhaps there's been a certain point of projection in other videos talking about, loving your femboy for the boy part and not the feminine part, because this stuff is going to disappear one day. This whole charade, it's going to go, and that's just something we've got to be prepared for. But no, I used to have this whole body dysmorphia thing for my body, but with dieting and working out and just accepting that I've got a male body, at least I hope so. Oh boy, yeah I do. It's mostly just the face now that I'm not too happy with, but there's not much exercise I can do about that. That's just called genetics. And unfortunately, my genetic code wasn't, you know, fucking Giga Chad jawline over here. But no, this video isn't really going to be about how to deal with twink death or how to perceive it. I'm just here to tell you that it's a bullshit term that's been fabricated by the community I am a part of, and it's actually just damaging people, like mentally, to like a quite a dangerous degree that people aren't talking about. So where does this all start? And I think the honest answer to this is self-obsession. Self-obsession being the same reason why we love hearing our own name said to us. It's a fucking ambulance outside. No matter how much you want to claim you're not, we're all self-obsessed. It's a natural part of our humanity. We love to hear our own name, unless it's by your parents when they use your full name, because that's when you know you're in the shit. And it's part of the whole system of a content creator as well. Like, people make content, they should make it because they love it. And thankfully, I very much do love talking. And the whole system is, content creator makes video for people to watch. People that watch give attention to the content creator. Wowee, it's a perfect fucking system, isn't it? Now, there's so many parallels I can draw here to other channels, but then what happens if, you know, someone who's got a background in porn? Before I did YouTube, I did porn. I think many of my viewers have probably seen it. Don't know if that's a good thing. Hello, fellow Pornhub viewers. But it very much affirms that the way my content really reaches people is by appearance. And that may not be true to the full extent. In fact, I know it's not, because I do a lot of talking videos like this, which do get most of the attention where I just sit like this, but I also have my thighs out, so God, I love squeezing them. But then if that form of content that I do changes, which it will because I'll get older, then there's a big insecurity there and a big twink death. I really need to script videos because I just go off the rails and then I forget my original point. Femboys are self-obsessed, just like we all are, but we're all self-obsessed in different ways. For example, most of the femboy community post their, you know, not safe for work pictures on Twitter, which is what I do. And that's what a lot of people do. And it's fine, but it's also bad. Not the people who do it and not the people who consume it. It's just a general bad thing for femboys in general. Because then you've got comparison, which is also very dangerous. I feel like what I'm saying right now isn't like fruitful at all. It feels like I'm just preaching to the choir here. But look, I hope that maybe something I'm saying makes sense. But I think the worst experience I've ever had has been like just comparing myself to everybody else to the point where I'm not putting stuff online for the purpose of showing people. It's more for some purpose to almost affirm myself that I can be just as good as these other posts that I'm seeing. And then feeling really shitty about myself when I can't replicate that. Or I see something which is like, well, my body just can't do that. My body hair does not do that. Mine is thick. I am Scottish. I have to shave that shit every day if I want to stay smooth. And then having to remind myself that people might be feeling the same way about my posts, or that realizing that, oh, well, I'm only posting the best parts about myself online. No one sees the general boyness. So people have the wrong impression, basically, sometimes. It's really easy to fall into that echo chamber. So people are self-obsessed. People try to affirm this self-obsession by posting a lot more. The intentions of those posts might change through time, from posting because you enjoy it to posting because you want to keep up. And I think that's the shift, that's the bullet in the gun, which will really make you think that twink death is a real thing. Especially when it comes to the time where people start using things that I'm not going to get into in this video, because frankly, I don't want to. But what I am going to say is using drugs in order to keep up physical appearances. It's the most dangerous and scary part in all this, actually, where it feels like something out of a Black Mirror episode. Kind of like the whole Ozempic thing that South Park did an episode on. Not just Ozempic, there's other things out there, which I'm not going to get into, because that, for some reason, that just causes political debate. I don't understand it. For some reason, if I mention that one thing, people think it's a political statement when it's not. I just don't want to use drugs to try and achieve a body look that I can do naturally, or maybe my genes don't have it, so I just have to accept my body and love my body for the way it is. Why is that not normal anymore? It almost feels stupid to say, but like, from someone doing porn, I feel like the reason I ended up doing porn was because I didn't feel attractive. So like having that big wave of people, jacking off to my stuff at first was like, unbelievable. They're not a thing that would ever happen. So it's like a short-term solution for having self-doubt in yourself. You do it, you feel a bit better for a few days, and then you think, fuck, I need to do that again so I can feel better again. Doesn't work. I'm gonna tell you now, like, casual sex and stuff doesn't make you feel better about yourself. Again, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, but I see so many people do this now, and so many people fall into the same hole that I fell into, but not realize it. And it's so fucking infuriating. Like, god damn, this community is actively killing off themselves. Body standards for a whole femboy thing is fucking insane. I feel like I've been part of the problem in the past, and I feel like maybe I still am in a weird way on doing the stuff I do, but it takes a lot of hard work, and I feel like it's more appropriate for people to learn to be comfortable with themselves and work on improvement via healthy means with like diet and exercise and just getting into a good skincare schedule or just anything. And this is something that my ex really like helped me with. Being comfortable with the idea that our body is going to change, and we're not doing this whole femboy thing to find a partner, because if you are doing that, you're not going to find a partner, you're going to find a fuck buddy, which might sound great for some of you guys, but I'm promising you it's not. It's the way that you're perceiving porn and stuff. Like, most of my Twitter feed for the past year has been like basically just animated porn of like femboy shenanigans, femboy things, or like wish me and who kind of sort of stuff, where it's like me and my boyfriend when. Yeah, these are just so fucking unrealistic for like an actual relationship that's healthy. It very much feels like chasing a fantasy, which I myself have wanted. I myself have been chasing this fantasy for a while. Like, I wanted the fantasy of being that twink boy wife, but I'm thick, and I worked hard to get this thick. Didn't take anything. I just ate the right stuff and started doing the right workouts. I for real had grinder dates who said they will not meet up if I don't shave every single part of my body. Now for femboys that might seem alright, but does that not sound a bit weird to anybody else? Should be your first big red flag, because if someone says that to you before they've even met you, they don't care for you, and they're not there for that. They're there to shag and then out the window. So here's the fun fact. We're all self-obsessed. We all like to project those self-obsessions because it makes us feel good. That's human and normal, so that's fine. But as long as you're not internalizing that as a kind of idealized version of yourself, then you'll be fine. Because if you do idealize a perception of yourself and not take into account that you will change, and this is specifically for the femboy community and myself, really, then you're going to get very unhappy, and then you're going to start believing in something like twink death, which is, oh my god, no one's going to want me anymore because I'm not that youthful, feminine-like twink person that I used to be. And then this happens at all ages. Like, it could happen, like, really late for you, or it could happen really early for you. It really, at the end of the day, doesn't matter, because it's going to happen to all of us. And I'm almost looking forward to the day where, it used to be I used to fear this, but now I'm almost looking forward to it. I'm kind of looking forward to the day where I can look back in, like, 10 or 15 years' time at these silly fucking YouTube videos and go, holy shit, that was me. Hell yeah. Not in a way of disapproval of my current self then, but, or my current self when I'm like 35 or something, but like a nostalgia feeling, celebrating it. Like, it's for real been the case sometimes where people have been legitimately upset that they've hit 20. And that just makes me feel bad because I'm 22 right now, so. Which also feels kind of perverted in a weird way, because like, if you think about it, people are now getting a lot more upset for getting older at younger ages, like getting upset from going from 19 to 20, where people used to get upset from being like 29 to 30, which I feel like is a lot more realistic. But in the femboy community, people are getting upset because they feel like being older makes you less attractive. What does that really fucking say? To me, it says that there's something really perverted and dark going on there. I don't know, there's just something very weird about that. I feel like I've just yapped this entire video, when the real takeaway that I want people to get from this is that twink death isn't real. It's just a term which invokes unrealistic body standards and places a lot on it, or a lot of these standards, on youthful appearances, suggesting that when you get older, because your appearances change, people now think that your appearances and attractiveness goes away, which to me feels very perverted. Your attractiveness doesn't go away when you get older. If anything, it really should enhance, you know? But for some reason, it's a complete opposite within this community. I would feel, or I do feel, and maybe this is wrong of me to feel, and that's perfectly valid. But for some reason, for some unknown reason, I feel like me showing off my body hair, or the fact that I can grow facial hair, is somewhat not wanted, or not wanted to be seen. Considering I've had Grindr dates which have said that they don't want to see me if I've got any of that stuff, and being told to put it back in my head, you know. That you know what? That was probably it. But no, the acceptance of change is needed here. I think that's what it is. The being comfortable knowing that we're going to change as people. We're going to change in our personality. We're going to change in our looks. We're just going to change. And that's okay. This twink death word or phrase kind of feels like it's only used to keep you in an echo chamber of fear that you have to go to all means in order to continue looking the exact same way and keep up with other femboys that you see on Twitter. Which, by the way, from anything I've learned about doing porn, I don't post a single image I'm not happy with. And trust me, there's a lot of images I'm not happy with. Do you think anyone's going to post images of themselves that they aren't actually happy with? I don't think so. I think it's very brave to do so. Like, maybe this is just a me thing, but if I see, like, a part that I haven't shaved completely, I just don't post it. I don't do that whatsoever. If there's, like, a second in one of my porn videos that I don't like the angle of my face at, I just cut that out. And you don't ever see that part. If there's parts in YouTube videos which I don't like because of the way I look, I get rid of it. And for some reason, it's the only community, maybe it's because it's the only, I've been somewhat in this community for about 4 years now. Or longer actually, because I started like actually being a femboy much earlier. It's the only one where there's one commonality, and it's this anxiety of appearance that seems to be everywhere within this community. Whereas I'm watching other like YouTubers, which because I don't really watch any femboy stuff. I just watch regular YouTube. And I watch them with their face cams, like, how the fuck are they so comfortable just recording themselves like that? When I worry so much about, you know, seeing back the footage and going, I don't like that part. I looked too hard 45 degrees that way. I don't know if anything I've said this video makes any sense or if it's just some weird ramble, but yeah, I don't want any of you guys watching to ever be depressed or upset about this concept of twink death, because it's not worth being upset about whatsoever. If it's going to happen, I say as if it's a thing. If you really do believe that twink death is a thing, and as soon as I get older, then my attractiveness and anything about this channel disappears, then why are you watching right now? And why are you even trying to be something like a femboy if you genuinely believe that at some point it's all just going to disappear and people are not going to want you anymore? It's like me being bi. I can no longer date guys after I'm like 30 or 40, or now for that matter, because I can no longer hold up the femboy appearance. Or maybe I just don't want to wear silly little clothing with like silly little fucking booty shorts and shaving my thighs every day, which, by the way, I don't want to do for the rest of my life. If the whole femboy aesthetic is the only thing you find attractive in guys, then I'm sorry, that's going to cause trouble. I think it's an unrealistic standard which is going to cause trouble for those kind of relationships. If I ever get, like, God forbid I ever get into a relationship with a guy where the only thing we find attractive about each other is our femboy aesthetic, because that's not going to stay. The whole femboy aesthetic seems to be so heavily based in a youthful feminine appearance, which when I get older, as a guy, I'm not going to have. And that's okay. That's normal. I am playing a character. I am basically, right now as we speak, doing a play for you guys. My character is Spooksy, but that's not me in real life. This is my costume. I wear it when I'm on the stage. The personality you're getting right now is not what I'm like, and well, maybe is a little bit like what I'm like in person. But I don't announce to people, first meeting them, that I've just had a wet dream, which I have had. I don't go out of my way to wear this kind of stuff in public, unless it is Halloween, because this is very sexualized. I've got my thighs out, and you're pretty much looking at my asshole. But no, just go be happy wearing your costume. I'm happy wearing my costume. As soon as I stop finding happiness wearing my little costume, I'm not gonna wear it anymore. But I still love content creation, so I'm still gonna make content. That's not changing. I love that part. In hindsight, it just feels like I've done an entire 25-minute video, or however long this video is gonna be, on the concept of growing up, which sounds so weird, being 22 years old. And if for some reason, still after watching this video, you're still somewhat convinced that twink death is a real thing and it's going to happen, and you're going to feel terrible and you're depressed about it, then honestly, I think you just need to get off Twitter and social media in general. Like, stop following this whole femboy community thing, because if it's got me feeling shit at points in my life, quite heavily actually, I assume it's probably doing the same to you. Look, some people are just going to be taller than me and have bigger dicks. I can't really change that without, like, going to some weird dick surgery, which I don't want to do because I gotta love my body and look after it. And I don't think a doctor putting a big needle inside my fucking cock and pumping it full of some weird liquids to make it bigger is a good idea. I think that's a bad idea. I just gotta learn to accept my own big one. My own big one. Yes, it's big. Very big. And it sounds very cringy, but you are going to find that person who loves every single part of you. Even if it is really little down there, like my friend, he says it's very little. If anyone's got any advice for my friend about that, please let me know in the comments and I'll relay it on, you know. But no, after this video, after you've finished watching it, if you've got this far, let me know down in the comments if you've got anything, if there's any part that you feel like I've missed or I haven't really talked about that much. Please let me know down in the comments, because really recording these videos, my brain gets the better of me, and instead of sticking to something, I end up just yapping about everything on my mind about that topic, and I feel like I'm really bad for that, so I might start scripting my videos. Or maybe you like this kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I just yap and somehow you guys understand. I don't know how this is perceived by other people. So it'd be really, really handy to me for you guys to let me know down in the comments what you think. Maybe you completely disagree with me and that's completely fine. But like, I'd like to know if like at least some stuff was understandable. And I do want to reply to as many comments as possible in this video, because I don't know, I feel so passionately about this. Don't know why. I think it's because I've let it affect me and I know how shitty it feels to feel like so depressed and upset about appearances and being terrified that I'm running out of time for something, when it's not like that at all. I'm just changing and adapting, and people will learn, and like people will just love you for you if you're honest and stuff and you look after yourself. Like, as long as you're not like deliberately damaging yourself by like eating too much or not exercising or not dieting or doing any of that, as long as you're not purposely damaging yourself, I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that's very admirable and is the most attractive thing about a person. Self-improvement. God, I would suck any dick of a self-improving person. As long as you don't get obsessed by it and start thinking that you need to constantly change, because then that's another tricky path to go down, where you feel like that you're never perfect and you're going to keep on getting on that grind for the rest of your life to the point you're obsessed. Just don't be obsessed. Anything that's anything's bad for you if you have too much of it. So like, just don't do too much of anything, just do a moderate amount. Oh, and let me know down in the comments if you still want me to show you how to shave your balls, because for some reason in my past video a lot of you guys in comments wanted to learn how to shave your balls. So like, if you want me to do a video on that next, again, let me know down in the comments. But I'm off to go and not masturbate now, because that dream doesn't count. I'm still on a No Nut November grind. We're going to finish this and then finish ourselves in December. Unless anyone else wants to finish me. Yeah. I did not even know it was humanly possible for me to make that much. Like, I looked at my blanket afterwards. I'm just so sad I never got to see it. But yeah, I'm going to stop yapping here before I get any more silly ideas in my head. And I'm going to go drink now because I need to relax. It has been a tough fucking week. God damn it. Oh, by the way, if you want this cool new Spooksy mat. Oh shit, you can't see the dick part. But, you can't really see much of it, but there's a cool new mat. You can get it in my shop. Just like let me know in the comments, because I don't know if it's up yet. I should stop touching the penis part of it. This is not a safe for work version. There's a safe for work version now. But no, thank you guys all so much for watching this video. I'm sorry if it was out a bit late. I've just had so much stuff to do. Please let me know down in the comments if any of this, you know, meant anything to you. It would really help me out knowing what I can do to sort of improve these kind of videos. Because like, I feel sometimes I get so agitated where I'm so passionate about something and I feel like the way I've portrayed it just doesn't make sense to anyone but myself. Or sometimes I watch it back and I'm just like, what the fuck was I saying there? Like, you know that really annoying thing where you've got such a strong idea in your head and it's so vivid, and then you try to explain it to someone and you're just like, blah 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 blah. That's how I feel like this video's gone. So I need affirmations that it's not done that. And that you guys genuinely understand what I'm trying to say here. I'm basically trying to say, stop fucking worrying about this. Stop Getting upset at something that's normal. It's like you want to make an omelette, but you get upset because you have to crack an egg for it. Like, what the fuck? How do you think you're gonna make your fucking omelette? Oh my god, I want to live until like I'm 100 or like I'm 80 or something. I want to live like a normal human life, but I don't want to get older because people won't find me attractive if I'm not youthful and twinky. Oh no! None of the perverts will want me! I hate that all the perverts are giving that femboy attention, not me. Just get yourself a fucking partner. And one that loves you for you. Without the costume on. I would not want to be with someone who wants me for my costume. I mean, I have had people who want to buy parts of my costume, specifically the underwear. 50% off Black Friday, by the way. But yeah, not that. Like, they love you for you. And your small, and my medium-sized, and my huge, gigantic cock.